Hi everyone, today we're going to go over addition with base 10 blocks. So first I'd like to go over what each piece means and what it is equal to. These little squares, these are called units and they're equal to 1. The next are called rods and they're equal to 10. So if we had 10 of these units, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and spread these out a little bit. So these unit pieces, there are 10, so it is equal to 1 rod. The next and final piece that we're going to be using are called flats. These are equal to 100. So if we had 10 rods, it would be equal to 1 flat. Now we're going to find different numbers that we can represent with our base 10 blocks. So if we were going to represent the number 3, it might look like this. There are 3 base 10 blocks. But how did we get to there? This can also be seen when you're writing as 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. So we could count our unit blocks. 1, 2, and there's 3. If we were going to represent a number a little bigger, like 5, you have to remember that there is no base 10 block for 5, so you would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But to represent a number that is bigger than 5, we'd have to use a base 10 block or a rod. So this would be 10, but let's see the number 12. So if this is 10, we'd have to add 2 blocks to equal 12. So we could say a rod plus 2 units equals 12. Alright, going on to even bigger numbers, we're going to represent the number 33. So that would be, if we broke it down, it would be 30 plus 3. So we could also say 30, oh, a little big there, plus 3. And we have to remember how we represent 30 would be 3 base 10 blocks, because that's saying 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 30. And then we can add our 3 unit pieces. We say that that is equal to 33. And if you're still unsure what these rods are, the base 10 that are 10 units long, you can always go back and count. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 per rod. So if you forget what these rods, how much it is, you can always count the individual squares. Now our final number is going to be an even bigger number. It is 152. And while that may sound intimidating at first, because it's such a big number, we can know that we can break it down, and it's not as hard. So we'll take 100 plus 50 plus 2, and that's the same as 152. We are just broke it down and we're dissecting the number. So let's see what that would look like with our base 10 pieces. We know that a flat is worth 100. So let's see what else we have to get to make 152. So here's 100, and now we're going to represent 50, which is 5 base 10 pieces. Those are 5 rods. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have our one spot to fill up as well, which is the 2. Move the plus sign over a little bit. So that is 2 unit pieces to represent our one category. So if you forget what the flat is, you can always go and count every little box, or you can remember that a flat is 10 rods, which is 10 of these 10 pieces, and that is all going to equal 152. Alright, now we're going to see how we can use our base 10 pieces to do some addition. So if we're going to ask what is 13 plus 21, let's start out representing our 13. So here's a base 10 block. So here's 10, I'm going to make 13, so it's 10 plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. We're going to have it's addition, so it's going to be a plus sign. And then to make 23, we're going to need 2 up rods, because it is 20. And then we're going to add the 1. So if we don't know what 13 plus 21 is in our head, we can always count up the rods in units. So if a rod is 10, we can say that's 10 plus 10 plus 10, and that's 30. And again, if you don't know that off the top of your head, you can always count every little unit piece. So that would be 30. We'll put that over here after the equal sign. And now we're going to count up our units. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll put them again after the equal sign. And if we had over 9 units, these little squares, we would have to have another rod to represent that. So when we're finding 13 plus 21, we can count it up at the end as 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is 30, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what is 13 plus 21? We found out that that was 34. Alright, our final problem today is going to be even bigger numbers. It is 34 plus 17, and we're going to find the answer with our base 10 blocks. So first, let's set up the problem. Let's make a 34. So that is 3 base 10 blocks and 4 1 units. And then addition sign again plus sign again because it is addition. And then to make 17, that'll be 1 rod, 1 10 unit, and then 7 1 unit blocks. And just a reminder again, there is no 5 piece to represent 5, so we have to count out 7 of these 1 units. There's 5, 6, 7. And again, since these are fairly big numbers, you might not know the answer right off. Since these are fairly big numbers, it's okay if you don't know the answer right off the top of your head. That's why we have these base 10 blocks called manipulatives, so we can count out again each little square, or you can know that each rod is 10. So we're going to say this is 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. And if you don't know that off the top of your head as well, we can always write 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. And nothing drops down to 0 in the 1 spot, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 10 pieces, that would be 40. And that's not our final answer. We have to add up the unit pieces as well. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And since there are 11 unit pieces, we're going to have another rod because the number is over 10. So to our answer, we're going to have one rod, and we're going to go ahead and write out 40, which is the rod pieces, plus 11, just so you know what it would still look like with numbers. So that would be 51, because 10 of these unit pieces equals one rod. So this is from the unit pieces that we have. And then we're going to have to bring over the other 4. So this is 1, this will be 2, 3, 4. And if we had 11 unit pieces and we took 10 of those away to make our rod, we will still have 1 unit piece left. And then we can count up all of them together, so that would be 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then plus 1. So that would all together be 51. Alright, and before we close out the lesson, we're just going to have a quick review on how much each piece means. Alright, this is the 1. It's called a unit, and it is equal to 1. This rod, if we count every single unit up, we can know that is equal to 10. And then our flat, we could count all of these up, or we might just have to know that it is equal to 100. Also remember that the unit pieces, 10 of these little unit pieces are equal to one rod. And we also have to remember that each rod, or 10 of these rods, is equal to one flat. And this is a flat right here. Alright everyone, and this is the end. So thank you for watching and happy learning.